Hello everyone. How's everybody doing today? Today is Wednesday and we are back again today with a second card in the A Little Latte series. I will give you guys a couple minutes to catch up here. We had some trouble with the internet going down again, so hopefully we will be okay here. If you are here, then just say hello. I think I see Cindy. How are you? I may or may not see you in a little bit on the team meeting. I actually should just mention, if you're planning to tune into the team meeting, we can't go live with Zoom to Facebook groups anymore. So I will have to do a recording and post the recording for anyone who actually can't attend with us on Zoom. All right. Hi, Ramona. How are you? So today I have gone with a completely different color palette for our A Little Latte card. So I should have, I did have yesterday's right here. I have it right behind me here. So yesterday I created or cased a card that I had previously shared for the first of the A Little Latte series. That was this card here. And today I sort of cased another card. You may remember this one here that I designed and shared with you guys. I'm good. A little bit stressful when the internet won't work, but you know, we made it here. So it wouldn't work when I had some people coming to pick up their orders either. And I needed to just make sure that all was good in their order, and it was acting funny today. Anyhow, so I decided to case this color palette from this Celebrate card that I did on a live for you guys before we went away, and came up with this brightly colored Let's Catch Up card. Hi, Linda. How are you? So very different than yesterday's color palette, which was this one here. It's like somewhat similar, I guess. We've still got the white and pool party. And then this is the one I actually created yesterday with the new embossing folder. This one, I can't remember who it was that had tuned in that said this reminded her of paper towel, and I can't unsee that now. So now this is the bounty folder. That's what it's going to be called. I actually don't remember the actual name of it. I had the folder packaging with me yesterday, but it's just so fitting that it would be the bounty folder. All right, so I just need to make sure my volume is down on my phone, and then I can open the comments and follow along with you guys. All right, so as usual, before we get into making the card, I just want to do a quick recap of what is coming up. So coming up on, so yesterday was free shipping. That is all done now, unfortunately. But coming up on June, I just need to grab my calendar, but I want to say, I've just hidden it underneath all of this stuff I have here. I am going to say June 5th is the ephemera class, and I shared information on this yesterday. Some of you have registered. Some of you got the better pricing with free shipping day. So now that free shipping day is over, you can still register for this class that will take place on June 5th by Zoom. It will be $70 now that free shipping is over, and it will include all of the packs of ephemera at the beginning of the catalog here. So on page 19, you're going to get the Common Creek cards and envelopes, the Say Something ephemera pack, the Something for Everything ephemera pack, the Fully Flowering ephemera pack, and the Labels and Layers. Whoops. So you'll get all of those. Basically, you're just paying for the product, and then you're going to make the cards with me for free, because these two here, other than a few embellishments, use parts of the ephemera pack and the card kit. And this one has a little bit of extra. This one has a card base and some card layers and some embellishments, but those will be free to you. The only thing is if you don't have the sketched plaid background stamp, I cannot stamp that for you. So you would want to either get the sketched plaid background stamp or have something similar, or maybe you even would just want to texture that layer. But you can still register for that class if you'd like to. That is June 5th. It will be by Zoom. And I also have the Take to the Sky Suite cards that I will show you. They are these ones here. We are going to make one of each. in this class here. So at a minimum, your class will include a half a pack of DSP because you need the DSP to make these cards. These are, let's see, not showing up very well. I'm gonna just scoot the camera down a little. Sorry for bumping you guys. Just come a little bit closer. Hopefully you can see these now. So we're gonna make all of these cards together. There's one of each, so you'll make all 5 cards, and I will post a flyer with the information for this one, but these are the prices. So option 1, if you already own the bundle, then you don't need to purchase it. You can do the $35 option, which will get you a half a pack of DSP. Option number 2, again, you would need the stamp set already. If you're doing this one, it includes a half a pack of DSP and the Basic Gray and Smoky Slate Pearls. They are currently not available until the beginning of June, so hopefully we can get those in time. Otherwise, I would send them to you later. Or we can just sub out for something else. And option number 3 is the full pack of DSP, the Smoky Slate and Basic Gray Pearls, and the Adventurous Sky bundle. So those are the cards that we will make in that class. I will also be posting the shares information for those of you who want to do DSP shares. And before I make the card, I have to show you guys some paper that I unpacked last night. It is so pretty. I will be doing a class with one of these. Have you all noticed this in the catalog? Tell me whether or not you have noticed this. I'll tell you what page it's on. It is right near the ephemera. I had overlooked this paper, and it is probably some of the prettiest paper I feel like I have ever seen. If you don't have this on your wish list, you are going to want this paper. I'm sorry, oh, here it is. Okay. This one is on page 29, the Frames and Flowers 12 by 12. It is $13.75. They've got a bunch of samples here, but I'm gonna pull out the actual paper to show you guys. This one's actually not necessary. You can do an add-on of this one with the shares. It would be quite impossible to do a DSP share with this one because of the nature of the pop-outs and these pieces here. So you get these really pretty, oh my gosh, I can't even pick this up. You get these really pretty frames, but it's not just pattern paper, you guys. Look, you can actually punch these out. So you've got these punch out frames with these. So those are super pretty. I love these. Now I'm just gonna move these aside as we go. This has already popped out of, I've accidentally popped a couple out. Look at this one. So then you get 3 double-sided designs and 3 of the die cut elements. But of course I love this, it's pretty peacock. But look at that. And then we have these pop out elements. Whoopsie, but look at all those. So pretty. Okay, there's die cut sheet number 2. Here is pattern sheet number 2. So we have this on one side and then this on the other. Oh, thank you, Linda. And then we have more. See, this one came from here and this came from here. So we have all of these pretty die cuts. I love this. Look at these. They're just so pretty. It's a good thing I had committed to a little latte and decided that we were going to feature the same set all week, because otherwise I would not have been able to help myself cracking into this pack of paper and making something with it for today. It's been taunting me. I just want to stamp with this paper. So we have this nice Lost Lagoon on one side and then this beautiful leaf pattern on the other. What do you guys think of that pack of paper? I love it. Now I have one more that I want to show you. I think by the end of the week I should probably have all of the DSP. So this one here, I would split this apart because I had to dig in and see it. So I'm just going to pull half the pack out. But we have these, I'm going to show you this side first. So we have all these fruity patterns. We have the, I guess that's oranges and lemons. We have more lemons. Look at this one. I love this one. And then we have more lemons. Then we have more oranges. Sorry, the dog is at the door here. And then we have more oranges. Now, let me show you the back side. I love the back side of these two. All right, so we have this one here. This reminds me of like the frame that I got in Mexico, actually, or Greece. Look at this Night of Navy one. It might be a little dizzy on screen, but I love this. And then this one here. This is like a smaller version almost, slightly different, but very similar. And then another navy one. I'll try not to make you dizzy with that one. And then this here. Look at these. They're just so pretty. Look at those two together. It's amazing. I cannot wait to get stamping with these for you guys. I will do a week featuring this bundle as well. That goes with the, oh, I think it's Mediterranean Blooms or something like that. So can't wait to get stamping with that one. All right. So if you are just tuning in, I am Alana Worf, Sleepless Stamper. I'm in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And this week we are featuring the A Little Latte bundle. So I have the bundle here to show you. This is the Latte Love, or it's the A Little Latte Suite and the Latte Love bundle. So this is the stamp set, this cute little coffee or tea mug, and then all of these dies. So I often switch these over to a magnetic sheet. I just have not done that with this one yet because I've just dug into it. But what I have started doing is just in the meantime, before I get them switched over to a magnetic sheet, I outline them with a Sharpie so that I know where they go back, and I am much more likely to put them right back on the sheet when I have that outlined. So that is one little tip for you guys. And I'm actually only using one little stamp, Let's Catch Up, which is from Hello There, Let's Catch Up, and the rest are die cuts. So we're going to put this one aside. This is not, I was saying at the beginning, this is my inspiration for this card here today. But we are featuring the Latte Love. All right, so I didn't want to make you guys sit here and watch me die cut all of these. So these are pre-done. I will tell you the colors and all of the elements we have here first. So first we have 3. Now I want to just show you something. I chose to have the handle on this side. You do get 2 of these little cups in here, but they face opposite directions. So I wanted them all to face the same direction, so I could only use one of these. So if you're thinking that you'll speed things up, if you are going to die cut more than one at a time, your handles will face opposite directions, unless you're okay with seeing the back side of one, but then the texture is a little bit different. So I used this one here to die cut all of these. So I did 3 with Berry Burst, 3 with Flirty Flamingo, 3 with Daffodil Delight, 3 with Lemon Lime Twist, and 3 with Coastal Cabana. Sorry, yes, Coastal Cabana. That is the color that I chose. And then the ink that I'm using is actually Summer Splash. I wanted the ink to be a little bit more bold than the cup, and my DSP is a little more light. So I'm going to show you guys the DSP as well, which I had set here and in my burying of stuff to show you guys all of the supplies. I have temporarily lost it, so just one second. Alrighty, that is from the Subtles DSP stack, the new one, and now I just need to locate it. So my apologies that you guys have got to wait it out with me while I locate where I put that. I brought it, oh here, it's under my calendar, which I brought in here to tell you guys the dates. There we go. No wonder it's missing. So I used this pattern here. It has these little dots. I was actually cut it first because I was going to use little dots, which you could easily do, but then I decided I wanted it a little more tame, and I went with this one. But these are the same as the in color DSP that we had access to when we were in pre-order. You could only buy these once the catalog released, but the patterns are the same. So we get this stripy pattern with these leaves on one side, and then we get this pattern here with the circles on the other side. So those are the 4 different patterns that we get with the DSP stacks this year. I will offer the color collections of DSP as a separate share from the rest of the DSP. The color collections add up pretty quickly, and I really only need either 2 or 4 people to fill that one, so I can fill that one with a little bit less. If you're interested in DSP shares, please do let me know so that I make sure to send you guys that information. All right, now for the supplies, I just need to pull them out from underneath my stamp set or my embellishments. I have a thick white card base. It is 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to score that. I have a layer here that all of these little cups are on. So you can see that it's scored here. I'll give you guys those measurements. This piece here is 3 3/8 by 5. And then this one here that goes behind it is 3 1/2 by 5 1/8. So those are the main cardstock layers. And then I have a scrap that I am going to do the greeting with. All right, so we'll just put this aside, and I'm going to do all of the scoring first because that's actually the bulk of the technique here. Now I just need to get this DSP back because I need to cut a little bit of DSP with you guys. And I wanted to do that with you so that I could show you again how I maximize the use of that, but we can't put that away just yet. All right, hi Audrey. Okay, so I'm gonna just move this aside. I am going to use my Simply Scored and bring this in here. I just need to give it a moment to show up on screen so I can make sure you guys can actually see it. All right, so with the 4 1/4 by 11, we're gonna put the 11 along the top, and we're going to score this at 5 1/2. Okay, so we have that. Now with this layer here, I wanna just make sure this is the smaller of my two. This should be 3 3/8 by 5. I do not want to accidentally score my piece that's too big. Okay, so this is the 3 3/8 by 5, the smaller one of the two. It's basic white. I am going to score this along this top side, the 3 3/8, at 1 1/8. So every 1 1/8. So 1 1/8 and 2 1/4. So that is dividing this into 3 sections. So in theory, if you have seen the Global Design Project sketch challenge for this week, this actually would qualify for that. So I may even just submit this for that challenge. Now, this is 5, and I've chosen 5 colors. I did not go with all of the colors here. They would not have fit. So I just picked a balance of the colors, and we're gonna score this at every inch. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we have 5 equal rows and 3 equal columns. Okay, so that is all the scoring that we need to do. I actually started out, I was going to draw tile lines with my marker on the Simply Scored, and then I decided that I just kind of liked the clean look of the score lines. So I'm gonna keep it with that. And what we're gonna do is quickly, doesn't take too long, we are going to glue each of these little cups into the center of each square or each shape. They're not perfectly square, so because they are 1 1/8 wide by 1 high. So just a little bit of Tombow, and I am just centering them. They're a little off to one side so that there's kind of equal space on either side of the cup. And out of habit, I can't help but start in the middle and work my way out. So that's what I'm doing here. All right, so I told you guys I would let you know the information on how you can earn these card kits from me. So if you are interested in earning the A Little Latte class kit of cards, this week it's going to be a little different because we have only 4 days because I didn't do one on Monday. So I started with Tuesday. And I will iron out whether this is what the standard will be every week, but for this week, so that I could at least give you guys some information, I am going to go with a $65 order. If you use this host code here, or if you contact me to add to an order, actually, no, I'll get you to use the host code. So if you use the host code and message me to say A Little Latte class, please, then I will send you the card kits for the cards that I will be making this week. So that starts with yesterday's card, and then we will die cut all of these little cups for you if you qualify to make these cards. So you can participate by placing an online order with this host code and then messaging me a little latte, please. And then for next week, I will let you know if the offer will remain the same or whether it will change slightly. But your $65 purchase will qualify you for the kits. And of course, you would want likely to have the stamp set. But so you can either purchase the stamp set or you can purchase something different if you already have it. If you already have all the goodies and you want to just prep yourself, then of course you can just follow along with my videos and make cards from home. I am happy to inspire you guys either way. All right, so this is just a lot of gluing. They don't take long. If you prefer glue dots, you could of course just glue dot these in place. I just love these colorful cups, don't you? And with this, the Let's Catch Up, this doesn't have to be coffee or tea. You could make this whatever you want it to be. But I figured we'd go with a generic one for one of the cards. And I have a plan for tomorrow. So hopefully it works out. Do you guys ever have something in your head that you think is going to work? And then when you go to create it, it is, oh my gosh, sorry. It's just not quite what you, that's probably somebody here to pick up their online clear out sale purchase. So my apologies. You may hear Ruby barking here and there. So there we go. I think that's just so fun. I feel like this would be fun on a note card size card as well. I said that about the Mexico thank you card, which I am working on getting those ready for you guys as well. Lots of things to prep and amongst getting ready for the, or dealing with the online sale. Now we're going to just move these aside, and I have the Summer Splash. I keep wanting to, whoopsie, call it Coastal Cabana. This is the first time I've used the ink pad actually. I have a little scrap here, and I want to show you guys how I have masked this, excuse my reach. Hello there, Let's Catch Up. I will show you from the actual stamp set here. It's hello there, Let's Catch Up. I only wanted the Let's Catch Up. I didn't want a big bold greeting to cover up these really cute little cups. So I just wanted Let's Catch Up, and I wanted it to be really generic. And I don't actually often use a greeting that says hello. So like I would maybe write that inside the card, but I don't often use an actual greeting on the front of the card that says that. So sometimes I will mask off when that is the greeting that's on a card. So I am masking off the hello there across the top and the side. So these are just some sticky note tape. And then what I'm going to do is just ink this up over here on the edge of the pad. And then you have to make sure you peel this before you stamp. If you don't peel that first, you're going to get a big blob on your cardstock. Thanks, Linda. Okay, so now we've got Let's Catch Up. That's all the stamping we're doing. I really contemplated whether or not I should add in coffee beans or the splatter, and I just loved the clean look of these cups on the white, so I decided to just leave it. I even tried embellishments on here, and I just liked it plain. So brought it back into just the plain. Now bring my little cutter in, and I'm going to trim this down so that it is just nice and thin on top and bottom. So I'm going to just cut the end off there. I need to clean this cutter. And I still haven't given it some WD-40. I'm sorry, you guys. All right, so I'm just lining this up in here, and we'll trim the bottom, trim the top. Of course, as always, if you wish to share, you are welcome to. Those of you who qualify for the class, I will be including your name in a draw for some of the swirl embellishments. I am going to just trim a little bit off there. And then, you know what, I'll give it a little bit more of an angle. It's not quite. There we go. And then a way that you can ensure that this is even is to just line that up parallel to another line. Now I need to go a little past it because I need a little bit more room, I think. There we go. Thanks, Ramona. There we go. So we have our little greeting. And this, whoops, I dropped my cutter on the floor. Sorry guys, that was probably really loud in your ear. This time I'm not even distressing that little greeting or any of the layers, if you can believe it. I do need a little baker's twine bow. So we're gonna get that ready. And I was telling you guys yesterday, when you're tying a bow, try to keep your layers as flat as possible. And then when you go to cinch it back, hold the knot and kind of keep the different portions of that loop flat between your finger. And when you cinch back, that will help keep that from twisting. So I cinch back there, and then I'm going to cinch back here, but I'm trying to keep everything as flat as I can as I go. And that will help you to have less twisting. If I just grab these tails and cinch them back by pulling them, that allows these to twist a little bit more. And I don't want that for this one. So I am just trying to keep them flat. Now, I still need to get my scissors sharpened, everybody. We did not have time last week with the sale to take the scissors in. So hopefully this week I can do that. But look at these. These are terrible. My gosh. No good. I need to get my ribbon scissors fixed and clean my paper snips. How about that? All right. Hi, Sabrina. How are you? All right, so now I am going to layer up these other pieces after I trim this down here. So I do need that cutter that I accidentally dropped on the floor. What I did here is, you can see, this is the only piece of paper I have used so far to create this. So I have not cut a huge chunk to go all the way behind here. When you're only going to see just a little bit, I don't like to cut a full strip. I just cut a skinny little strip. So I'm going to cut a 3/4 inch strip. This is pretty close to a 1/2 inch, so I didn't want to just do a 1/2 inch, but you could absolutely get away with it. I'll actually just do 5/8 instead of 3/4. So I am put the edge here to 5/8. Now I have preserved all of this, and now I just need this skinny little strip to cut a little piece from here. So this is 2 1/4 inches. I should have done 2, and then that would give me 3 pieces from here, but I can still save my little offcut for something else. I didn't want it to just be 2 and be the exact height of 2 of these tiles. I thought that might look odd. I wanted there to be a little bit of variation, so I went with 2 1/4. So there was a little bit of method to the madness there. All right, but 2 little strips, and that is enough to just tuck in here afterwards. So we have everything we need now to assemble our card. So I'll just quickly review these. We have the 4 1/4 by 11 thick white. We have the 3 5/8 by 5 1/8 basic white. We have the, 3 1/2. Did I cut this at? It's 3 1/2 by 5 1/8, not 3 5/8. My apologies. So 3 1/2 by 5 1/8, 3 3/8 by 5. And then we have our little strips of DSP, our greeting, and our baker's twine bow. So that's all we need to finish up this card. Now, typically I don't use Tombow to adhere a basic white layer because I find it leaves a little indent on the back of the cardstock. But because this one has so much going on with all of the elements that will hide that, I am not afraid to use it, and I am just kind of going right in behind where those cups are. You can kind of see through that to see where that's going. And then that way we're not going to see those little lines from the Tombow tip. And with that glue so far inset, I can just kind of wiggle this into place. Okay, so there we go. We've got that. Now I do want to burnish this, so we're going to get that folded. There we go. Now this layer is dimensionaled. I am purposely not putting this down first. So we are going to dimensional this down strategically. I am going to put a dimensional in each corner, and then vertically a couple down the middle. Now these side ones are far enough inset that they're not going to get in the way of this DSP. There we go. So we've got that. And now I can just peel those off and center this. It's going to be a night of stamping tonight. I actually have my team meeting right after this. It has been a while since we've had one. So I'm excited to see everybody tonight. Speaking of team meeting, I completely forgot to remind you guys about the incredible deal on the starter kit this month. When we first came on here, completely forgot to show you that flyer. I had it here in my little stack. So this actually, I almost should have done this with in colors. That would have been fun. But if you are interested in joining the team this month, you can join Stampin' Up! For the regular fee of $135. You get to pick $165. Hey, Karen, how are you? In product. And hi, Sandy and Chrissy. And then Stampin' Up! Will give you $112 in value by giving you all of this in color product. So the ink pads, the DSP, the cardstock, and the markers. I feel like this would be fun in those colors. So we are getting back into doing our team meetings, which will be lots of fun. They are optional. There's no obligation to come, but of course they will be by Zoom, and then we will have an in-person offering as well. Okay, I've just stuck this to a little glue dot. Now by Zoom, that allows people who are not local to still come. So I am just glue dotting. Hi, Mary, how are you? This baker's twine bow. And then I'm going to snip some of these edges of my dimensionals. So I just want 2 of these little pieces here. And I am going to attach this greeting with these little frames. Okay, so we have this. And I'm just pulling the backings off. Now we're going to take this, and this is just offset. It's over the edge just a little bit. There we go. You know what? I should have moved that little dimensional over just a little bit, but I can move that after. It's ended up sitting right on the knot, and I should have been a little more careful on where I put that so that it didn't sit on the knot, but I can move that afterwards. I won't make you guys watch while I do that. Now, I had showed you guys where I put the dimensionals behind here, and they are inset a little bit here, which allows me a little bit of space to tuck these in. And I purposely saved these to do after so that I can use this grid on my background as my aligning tool. So I am going a little bit below and a little bit above those lines. I didn't want them to line up perfectly with the lines. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow on the back and lift this up. And then by using the grid that I scored, I can line this up from one side to the other by just using a little bit of DSP. So hopefully you learned something there with conserving your DSP. There we go. And by putting just a little bit on the middle, it doesn't really make a mess anywhere. So there we are. That is my colorful coffee card with a little latte or tea. Could be tea, could be anything. Depends on what you like to put in your cup. Yesterday we were discussing, what do you guys all like to drink? I like coffee and fruit tea. I don't mind cinnamon tea, actually. Ramona reminded me about cinnamon tea. I love cinnamon tea. And some black teas, but I really love fruit tea, hot or cold. And coffee, of course. I love coffee. And I actually like cinnamon in coffee as well. Do any of you put cinnamon in your coffee? These appeal to me so much, these 2 images. So I'm going to have to use those. But this is the bundle that we are featuring this week. I will be back tomorrow and Friday with a project. Now, tomorrow we are likely going to Lennon's musical. We will be going Saturday as well, probably not Friday. So I will update you guys on what time it will be tomorrow that I come live, but I will do a live perhaps earlier in the day because we are hoping to go to his musical with Ryan's mom and some others who are going tomorrow. It was funny. People were here picking up their online sales stuff, and I'm out on the step with makeup brushes in one hand, and Lennon had answered the door with his face half done because he had to have stage makeup on for his musical. And I was telling you guys yesterday that I thought he was the older brother to his character that he played in the same musical before COVID with a different theater company, and it is. So it's kind of come full circle with him. They are doing Newsies. He was Les, the little brother, last time, and this time he's Davy. So we're really excited to see the musical. So for today, this is the card. And again, if you're interested in signing up for either the ephemera class, which is this one, if you're just tuning in, it is June 5th. We will be making these cards. You will get all of the packages of ephemera. And if you are interested in signing up for the Take to the Sky Suite class on June 11th, we will be making these cards here. So I will post that information. I will be hopping into my team meeting almost right away. So it'll be after that, I will post the flyers of these classes on my page so that you guys can see all of the information there. That will be different pricing than yesterday because I gave you reduced pricing yesterday with free shipping. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you like the card, and I will be back again tomorrow to share another project with you guys. Have a good night, everyone.